2006, that was the first time it was cancer. Stage 3, we went ahead and did the bilateral mastectomy. They wanted me to follow up with radiation and 3 types of chemotherapy. I got a staph infection from that surgery. So I ended up back in the hospital on IV antibiotics. I had knee replacements too, right after. My gallbladder removed. I had a uterine ablation. I had foot surgery. They put the knee replacement in crooked. So then they cut the tibia, put 3 screws in. Then they ended up yanking the whole thing out and putting another knee replacement. And this is while I'm healing still. I think that that is probably why I had a difficult time beating cancer the first time. My immune system was just a mess. I remember laying in bed and all of these positive affirmations taped on my ceiling because I had to stay in bed. I couldn't walk. I couldn't use my arms to wheel myself with the wheelchair because of the infection here. And then I look back and I go, God, that's just crazy. Now I knew that if I was so sick from the antibiotics, how was I going to handle the chemo? Well, I had the symptoms in 2009, and the cough just would not go away, and I had bone pain. And I was working. I would go to the ER thinking I was having a heart attack. I would just try to complete my work and then drive straight to the hospital. And they diagnosed me with asthma and costochondritis, which is inflammation of the rib cartilage. Early on, that was, I would say, October of 2009. And then this carried on all the way through the holidays, couldn't stop coughing. None of the medications were working. Finally, my son was getting married, so I went to the hospital again saying, I need help for the pain. I'm not gonna be able to get to my son through my son's wedding. Now they're doing a fentanyl patch. I've been doing my lab work for my tumor marker. Everything read perfect. So my tumor marker is unreliable. If you've got symptoms and you go and you get tested, you could have a recurrence and it's not showing up in your blood work. I finally went to my oncologist, wonderful, compassionate doctor, UCLA doctor. He asked for all of the ER records. The paperwork said that had gone for previously suspicious for metastatic disease. I had never gotten those reports, and they didn't, they didn't prompt me to get them because they had given me discharge papers with the diagnosis of costochondritis and asthma. Yes, they diagnosed me in the ER, but they're busy. So they're just about getting the patients in and out. And they do want me to follow up. And they diagnosed me through mediastinoscopy, I think it's called, or where they cut through your throat and they get a sample of the tissue of what's growing on your bone. And it was cancer. It was bad. And he said it was aggressive. All my family's sitting around and friends. We went and saw the radiation oncologist, and he made it even more grim and said, basically like, if you don't do it, you're a fool. I started doing it, my cough got worse. The pneumonia set in. He said it wasn't gonna hit my lungs. Well, I had a burn the size of a football, and they did it from the back also. There's just no way that what he was telling me was what was going on. He made it sound like it was only gonna pinpoint and target the area, but there was just a blast of red everywhere, and blister and peeling skin. 22, and I couldn't stop coughing, and they finally said, no, if you can't hold still. And it was a blessing because it just got so much worse after that. It was like if I'd really done any more. I felt under the gun. My image was I didn't want to break there, like the bone. I didn't want to break. I didn't want to be paralyzed. That's what pushed me, that fear of, let me just, if I'm going to die, let me not be paralyzed. I decided that I wanted to raise money and get out of the country. My girlfriends all live in Washington and wanted to help me get the treatment that I wanted. They believed in I had the support I needed. I raised most of the money in Washington while I was in California, just in one fundraiser.